What is going to judge us on the last day? This is the question that we seek to answer today as we continue our verse-by-verse study of the book of John on walking through the Bible.
His word, the glory of his cross.
If you have a Bible with you, turn to John chapter 12. We're going to be reading from verses 37 to 50. If you don't have a Bible, don't worry. Just follow along with us on the screen. The version that we'll be reading from is the New King James Version. So John chapter 12, beginning of verse 37. But although he had done so many signs before them, they did not believe in him, that the word of Isaiah the prophet might be fulfilled, which he spoke. Lord, who has believed our report? And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? Therefore they could not believe, because Isaiah said again, He has blinded their eyes and hardened their hearts, lest they should see with their eyes, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them. These things Isaiah said when he saw his glory and spoke of him. Nevertheless, even among the rulers many believed in him, but because of the Pharisees they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue. For they loved the praise of men more than the praise of God. Then Jesus cried out and said, He who believes in me believes not in me, but in him who sent me. And he who sees me sees him who sent me. I have come as a light into the world, that whoever believes in me should not abide in darkness. And if anyone hears my words and does not believe, I do not judge him. For I did not come to judge the world, but to save the world. He who rejects me and does not receive my words has that which judges him. The words that I have spoken will judge him in the last day. For I have not spoken of my own authority, but the Father who sent me gave me a command, what I should say and what I should speak. And I know that his command is everlasting life. Therefore whatever I speak, just as the Father has told me, so I speak. Jesus is in Jerusalem, telling the crowds that he was the king, but that he would have to die. This confused the crowds, who thought that Jesus was coming to set up an earthly kingdom. Jesus had come to set up a kingdom, but a spiritual kingdom. I suggest that these statements by Jesus tempered the crowd's enthusiasm over him. There would be a great multitude at the end of the week shouting for Jesus to be executed, something that would have been unthinkable when he came to Jerusalem on the previous Sunday. And while I'm not sure everybody who called Jesus king on Sunday yelled crucify him on Friday, a great many probably did. And that was in spite of all the miracles and signs that Jesus did. In fact, that Jesus would be rejected was prophesied about 700 years earlier by Isaiah. John 12:38 refers to Isaiah 53 verse 1, while John 12 verse 40 refers to Isaiah 6 verse 10. There would be many among the Jews who would not believe the report that Jesus was the Messiah. When they rejected this, they could not believe, for their eyes were blinded and their hearts were hardened. It's not that God did these things before someone was even born, or that he caused them to directly be unbelievers. No, they heard the message, didn't believe it, and their hearts were hardened to the message. If the Jews wouldn't believe in Jesus, no other Messiah was coming. They chose to harden their hearts. It was the gospel that caused it, but it was their choice not to believe. God is not to blame for our unbelief. However, even among the rulers of the Jews, there were believers, but many would not confess Jesus for fear of being cast out of the synagogue, for they loved the praise of men more than the praise of God. Such a sad state for these people. They believed in Jesus, but did nothing with their belief. Their faith was dead. They were like the demons who believed, but will be cast into hell for their dead faith. We cannot be a closet believer in Jesus, fearing men so much that we do not confess Christ. Starting in verse 44, we get the final public words of Jesus recorded for us in John before the crucifixion. It is connected with the faith that these people should have had. He says that whoever believes in him, Jesus, believes not in Jesus, but the one who sent him, God the Father. And the one who sees Jesus sees God the Father. Jesus, all throughout this book, has been emphasizing that he came to do the Father's will. He's not denying his deity, but he's affirming the Father's supremacy within the Godhead. Jesus talking about light and seeing the Father should hearken us back to John 1 verses 4 to 18, where it was said that Jesus was the light that came into the world to declare the Father to us. He did so through the teachings and the signs that he performed. When Jesus was on earth, he wasn't sent to judge the world. He was sent to save it by dying on the cross. Therefore, if anyone didn't believe at that time, Jesus wouldn't judge them and condemn them to hell right then. But the words that Jesus spoke would judge them on the last day. So if one never believes the words of Jesus, they will be cast into hell. Today, Jesus doesn't cast people directly into hell when they sin. But come the judgment day, we are all going to be judged based on our response to Jesus' words found in the Bible. Unless people think that Jesus spoke on his own authority, he didn't. He spoke the words of the Father, and those words could lead to everlasting life. The question is, will we obey all the words of Jesus and be saved, or reject them and be lost? The choice is entirely up to us. With that, our time is up for today. Lord willing, we hope you'll join us for tomorrow's discussion of John chapter 13, verses 1 to 17, as we continue our walk through the Bible, one verse at a time.
Thank you for watching today's episode. We hope that you found it edifying and ask that you not only subscribe to our channel and podcast, but that you like and share this episode among your friends, so that the saving gospel of Jesus Christ can go out to the whole world.
Of his cross.